All right, we're recording. I think we are. Are we? Yeah, we're good.
Are we?
Yeah.
Good.
We were just talking about how, I drink different apparently than everybody else.
Let me see what you do differently.
All right. So first off, poor man's energy drink, Diet Mountain Dew.
That's
You
old
can't go
school
wrong
energy
with it.
drink.
You can't go wrong with it. I mean, everyone's like all these health nuts, especially people that think that I'm like, meticulous with my diet and everything just because I'm a martial artist. And they see me drinking this, they're like, "Oh my God, you're drinking Diet Mountain Dew."
Right.
But
You're junk fooding it up today. You have a bag of beef jerky and a Diet
brought
Mountain
to you
Dew.
by our sponsor, Jack Link's Peppered
It's the best.
and Diet Mountain Dew.
And yet you are an incredible martial artist. You are in great shape. And I try to eat as healthily as I can because if I walk by a pizza, I gain 5 pounds. It's frustrating.
See, I'm getting to that point. I think it comes with age.
The metabolism starts slowing down. So how
think
do
it
you drink
does.
weird? How do you do it?
So apparently the first part's normal. I'll point to it whenever I do something weird. I get everything going through the mouth first. I swish it around and then I swallow.
So you
it.
like Listerine it up before you swallow it.
I guess so. It's not like I swish it around my teeth, but in the back of my mouth. I mean,
You just like the way it feels.
I do. Well, I get to taste it. Like if I just do this, I don't taste it. Like why even drink it? I want just drink water if you're not going to taste it.
Okay. Do you do that with water?
No, I don't because I don't taste
You
water.
don't taste water.
Yeah.
I feel like that would make me insane to hear, like 'cause I would hear
swishy?
the swishing, because I would hear it, and if we're sitting and we're eating dinner or whatever, and I'm picking up on it, it would make me
Hearing
crazy.
me or hearing you do it?
Hearing you do it.
Yes. Brooke hates it. Brooke absolutely hates it whenever
The person
I
I
do
share an office with at work, when they're like the way they eat potato chips makes me want to just
it. Yeah, there's a name for that.
annoying.
It is, but it's an actual disorder. Whenever someone is eating in some way, and it makes you mad.
It's
Seriously?
the name of a disorder.
Yeah. Let me look it up real
I
quick.
feel like I'm not the one with the disorder, though. I feel like the person annoying me is the one with the disorder because they're eating in a stupid way. In a loud way. And I'm sure, I know I crunch when I eat cereal, but when you crunch eating cereal.
MeSoHorny. But for those with a rare, newly recognized disorder, why isn't it switching to me? Come on. I don't know why. Okay. Nope. Still not switching. Come on. There we go. Hello.
Is it there?
You're the you're the star of the show. Now it is. Okay. All right. So, but for those with a rare, newly recognized disorder called MeSoHorny, the mere thought of such a meal inspires only anxiety and dread. People with MeSoHorny hate certain noises termed trigger sounds. They respond with stress, anger, irritation, and in extreme cases, violent rage.
Violent rage would happen if I had this MeSoHorny or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
I want to call it MeSoHorny.
Go ahead.
It's the MeSoHorny disease, and I would get so mad. You're crunching your potato chips.
I'm like that with people who are loud gum chewers.
like a cow chewing on a
That
cud.
gets to me.
Yeah.
Totally gets to me. So I think something else that would bug me if I didn't do it as much, like I'm doing it right now, are people who have to burp on podcasts because they just drank a
There's a
whole
Can you
whole thing of Diet Mountain Dew.
When you burp, do you burp for real? Because I can't.
I try not to in public and all of that because I'm a nice.
I can't burp.
You can't burp at all.
I do burp, but they're inner burps. They're inward. I inward burp.
Huh.
So when I'm at the table or something, and it's completely red, or I have soda, it'll come out like.
That's weird. That's a burp?
That's a
That
burp
doesn't
for
count.
me. It's like a burp. It's like.
Huh.
And Kelly's like, that's a burp, and I'll be like, excuse me. She's like, you don't have to say excuse me because that's not a burp. That's the weirdest thing. I'm just like,
Yeah. Well, when you burp, you're expelling gases.
but
Not for you.
It comes out a little bit, and I swallow it in.
It's almost like you're getting a little emotional about something.
Yeah, it's like, which I do from time to time. Like, you can't tell if I'm getting emotional or what.
Yeah.
What's going on? What do you have in front of you? This is amazing.
Oh, this? I can't talk about it. What if I go to court?
I don't
over
know.
it?
It's in front of you, so I figured you wanted to talk
No,
about
I
it.
didn't. It's just on my desk.
Okay, well then,
I have a non-traffic citation summons
that's the
in
best.
front of me. I don't know how much I owe What did I? I'm not even gonna show it. I'm not gonna say if I'm guilty or innocent or anything. 'Cause
Just let it go.
if I go to court,
Listen,
yeah.
I wish I'd collected all the ones that I had, because I'd have like a notebook filled with traffic citations, non-traffic citations.
No way.
So many, because I used to speed quite a bit.
Huh. See, I've gotten pulled over maybe 3 times in my life. Maybe.
Lately.
No. Sorry. I take that back. I got pulled over in Barbados and Portland Washington recently. So I'm up to like 5 or 6 times I've been pulled over. That's it.
Have you ever gotten your way out?
Most of the time. The first 3 times, I think the first 2 were within my first year of driving, like when I was 16. I got citations for speeding. I think one of them I was going like 80 and a 35. And I don't know how I didn't lose my license.
They like cut a license for that.
See, whenever I didn't argue them, but they were like, "How do you know how fast you were going?" And I said, I don't know exactly how fast I was going when you clocked me. And they said you were going 80 miles an hour, and I went, "Oh, okay." Like I just went along with it, and I'm sure they were expecting me to argue it, and I didn't argue it. And they went, "Okay, well, you're just gonna get fined." And then I remember this. He came back and he said, actually, I think it was a woman. She said, I bumped it down to 60, so I think I only lost a point or whatever the heck it was, and the fee was. And I have a feeling. So
we're gonna get our money, but we're not gonna ruin your life.
Yeah, but I have a feeling I was going like maybe 60, which everyone has gone 60 and a 35 at some point.
I always just say I'm going with the flow of traffic, and they're like, "You were going 70 in a school zone," and I was like, "I was going with the flow of traffic. Just back off, Jack."
Whew.
I never got out of a ticket before until this year. 3 times I've been pulled over, and every time I just talk to the cop a little bit, introduce myself, and then I'm out. And then I just get out.
No way.
The Jerry Valeri card has worked 3 times.
That's awesome.
Whereas
that's worked.
one time I tried to use the Jerry Valeri card, and the guy didn't like me on the air, and he gave me all the points.
That's hilarious.
All the points.
So it could work either way.
It could work either way. I'm very polarizing, so it can happen.
That's good. I did hear the story about you and another gentleman from the gym and you guys getting pulled over.
We were pulled over. I didn't even realize what I had done. I had no idea.
Just go through the whole story because it's hilarious.
Okay, so
you don't need to mention names so we don't embarrass the other guy that was in the car, but you need to go through the whole story because it's amazing.
Okay, so we leave the gym and I'm taking him home. And we get to like blue course where it's this right turn on red. There's no right turn on red, but I didn't realize it. And I turn, and the next thing I know, this cop's in front of us, and he slows down. He's going like 10 miles an hour, and I'm trying to, and I was like, I have to pass him, and my passenger's like, "What's he doing? This funny, what's he doing? This cop, what's he doing?" I was like, I'm just gonna pass him, going the speed limit. As soon as I get around him, whoop, the lights go on, whoop whoop whoop. Pull me over. They come to the window. I was like, I don't have my ID on me.
How was the passenger reacting to this? Was he cool with it?
No, he was like, "Oh man, what are we gonna do about this? What are we gonna do? The cops are here. The cops have us pulled over. What are we gonna do?" And I was like, I'll handle this. Let me just handle this.
It's like you guys were hiding something.
Right. And I don't think that I was. Although I did have fireworks in the trunk of the car. I found that out later.
You had what?
I had fireworks in the trunk of the car.
Okay.
Fireworks.
I thought you said viruses.
No, I had a lot of fireworks. I don't think viruses are illegal, but these fireworks were. And so I offered to open my trunk because I was like, "Hi, I'm Jerry Valeri." Bing. And like, seeing if that works. And I saw it register, and I was like, "Oh, baby." And I said, coming from the gym, and you've seen me after workouts.
You're sweating.
Soaked. Like, I'm soaked. And I get out of the car, and then I shake his hand, and I shake the other officer's hand, and then I get in the trunk, and then I still don't have it. And the fireworks are in the back there, and I was like, "Oh, my God." Shut the thing, and then I get in, and he's like, "Well, just give me a minute. We're going to go back to the car." And the passenger's just like, "Oh, what's going to happen? Like, what are they going to give us? What's going to go down? What's going on?" Clearly has had bad experiences with police.
Yes.
And I just say, maybe it's just going to be a fine or whatever. And he comes up to the window and he goes, "All right, Jerry, you can go. You'll be fine. Thanks so much."
So what did you do wrong?
We're big fans. I went right turn on red. I turned right on red. And
So after you passed him, you were perfectly fine, but then you went right turn on red after that?
he saw me turn right on red behind in his
so
rear
he slowed
view.
down.
So he slowed down for me to get around him. And I was like, I don't even know what I did. And he told me it's a right on red. And I was like, I didn't even know that. I said, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
I just did. It's kind of what you did. Like, I didn't lie to him. I was just like, I do that.
Just be honest.
I break that rule every day then. And I'm so sorry. And then they kind of just let me off or whatever. And then the minute they let me off, I went and I turned into a parking lot. And then
Went right on red.
I went through a do not enter sign. And it was a total mess.
They're probably in their car just shaking their head.
Shaking their head. And the pastor was like, whoa, that would have been different.
Yeah.
Because I think he'd have handled it differently. He was like, because he even told me, he was like, I fight this, tell them to just stick it, we didn't do anything wrong, just get mad at them. And I was like, no, I'm going to try it this way. The old Jerry Valeri smile.
Sounds like it worked out.
It did. And then 2 days later, I got pulled over by another cop for speeding. And I winked my way out of that one.
No way. How much were you speeding?
It was negligible. I really don't know. I don't know how much I was going over, but I was in a 55 when I thought I was in a 65. It was right on the highway.
They get you all the time for those 10 over. I
hate that it goes 65 to 55 to 70 to...
Yeah, it's confusing. I was just in L.A. and like it seems like I don't know if you want to call them boulevards or parkways or whatever. They're marked at like 60. Everyone's going 80. No one gets pulled over.
No, that's flow of traffic.
Yeah. I mean, and here's my opinion, like, especially if there's multiple lanes, you got a fast lane, you got a slow lane. Just, go as fast as everyone's going in the fast lane or get over. Done.
Right.
And it's safer that way, But if you have someone going the speed limit in the fast lane, it just turns into just a nightmare.
It's a nightmare. And then I'm honking the horn.
And people get into accidents. And
my dad got so mad at me. He finally let me drive part of the way to Myrtle Beach one year. And I just got my license, and he was like, "All right, you're good."
At first, I was like, "Oh, was this like a year or two ago?"
No. I wish. I'm a teenager, and we're driving, and he was like, "You're gonna be fine. I have to rest my eye. I'm gonna close my eyes in the back seat. We're gonna be good." And when he woke up, my buddy was in the front seat because we were all going together, and I was humming the Bonanza. I was like, and I was zinging and zanging in and out of cars, and I was going 95 miles an hour. And he sat up and he was like, "Stop what you're doing!"
Did he use your middle name?
Yeah. Gerald Lewis. He was just like, he said, "When you're going over 85 miles," I'll never forget. "When you're going over 85 miles an hour, you're not steering the GD car. You're aiming it." He was like, "Slow down." He thought I was going to kill him, my mother, all of it. I made him vomit not that time. When I was learning to get my license, I still had my permit. I learned left turn yields on green, and this is how I learned it. So the intersection in Bellwood, there's one intersection, there's one light. Of course, I almost died at it.
Sure.
So there's an opportunity, and it's left turn, yield on green. But I don't know what that meant. I just saw a green light. So I was turning, and I just assumed that the tractor trailer, the 18-wheeler semi coming at us, was going to stop because, F you, I have green.
Yeah, which a lot of people think that. Or if they think, like, I'm in the right here, like, not right lane, but, I'm correct in where I am and what speed I'm going. And if you run into me, it's your fault. It's like, but you may also die.
He's an 18-wheeler. I was learning on a stick, so we were using my mother's Isuzu Sun Sport, nice, which is the size of this coaster. And so, and I just, as soon as I hit the clutch and I start going, I hear him go, "What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?" And then you just see big bright lights, like it was the light at the end of the tunnel coming. We were just inches away from this truck here, and boom, and I got through the intersection, and he just.
You're lucky you didn't stall it being a standard.
He just said, "Jesus, Jesus," over and over again. He said, "Jesus." And he made me pull over, and we were going up the hill and pull over, and got out of the car, and he barfed right by the cemetery. And he was like, "Geez."
So it was a nervous barf. It wasn't I'm sick from your
driving. It was like
barf.
He and his son were about to die. It was that close. But I said, hey, Dad, bright side, I now know the left turn yield on green thing, and I won't forget that on my driver's test.
There you go. Done. Man, it's been a long time since we've done a podcast.
It's been, well, when was your birthday?
July 22nd.
Yeah, so we missed that. We missed the 4th of July. I think we missed like the whole summer.
Pretty much.
I feel like we just took the summer off. Our schedules didn't line up, but summer is so busy for me.
I know. Yeah, all the way back to June, we were in Iowa for Elise fighting in the TBASA tournament.
We did talk about that.
Did we talk about that?
We talked about that. So it was after Iowa, but then we missed everything. So happy belated birthday to you.
Thank you.
I got you a present, but then you bought yourself a fanny pack anyways.
Oh, no way. You got another fanny pack?
I have but now I have a fanny pack and I'm keeping it.
That's fine. I want to see it, though, because I have a special project I'm working on that I won't announce yet that involves fanny packs.
Okay. Well, then I'll just give you your fanny pack. It's
and I'm taking polls. Everybody I see that has a fanny pack, I'm like polling them. Like I was in Los Angeles last week, and Travis Newaza, he's a brown belt under Eric, pretty well known, had a match with Tom DeBlas recently, really, really high-level competitor. He's walking around with his fanny pack. I'm like, how you like that thing? What brand is it? What's this? What's that?
You have to have a certain level of confidence to walk around with a fanny pack.
So here's the thing too. My rule is when I turn 35, I can finally wear a fanny pack. Not until I turn 35.
Why is 35 the age?
I don't know.
Because I'm gonna be 39 on Sunday and I don't have one.
I feel like it has to be a combination of things. So like, here's the other one. I think black belt in jiu-jitsu. Yeah, wear a fanny pack. You're cool.
Right.
You know, I'm not a black belt. I'm a brown belt. I don't have that.
Yeah,
you know?
but you still have a higher belt than almost the whole population in the United States.
Sure.
So you go walk around with a fanny pack and they're like, you dummy, look at your dumb fanny pack. And
then I'd be able to handle.
And then they're dead.
Yeah, I could do that. But
You should go
I
around
feel like
choking
if I got my black belt before I turned 35, I'd wear a fanny pack. But other than that, I'm waiting until I'm 35 because, you know.
I'm sticking to cargo shorts. Cargo shorts are like fanny packs for my legs.
I love it.
I love it. And I know that they're not
Why would you
fashionable.
want to wear anything else other than cargo shorts ever?
Well, Kelly says it doesn't work with everything. It's not super
We need to make
fashionable.
cargo jeans. They make them. They were a thing in the 90s.
They were a thing in the 90s. We don't need that.
We don't need it back?
Do you ever wear jeans?
Yes. I wear jeans. As soon as it gets cold out and I start wearing shoes and boots, I wear jeans.
No, I wear shorts and boots.
You're crazy.
I'm a redneck.
You and Eddie Vedder.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I wear jeans sometimes if it's super cold and I'm blowing snow or whatever. But I don't like wearing jeans. I like wearing shorts.
Huh.
I haven't worn a pair of pants all summer.
But when winter comes, you do wear jeans or?
Yeah, from time to time.
So you're saying
But
the
I'll wear
rest of the
shorts
time
to work.
you'll wear shorts.
I'll go out in the snow in shorts. But if I'm going to be outside for a significant amount of time,
you'll put on jeans.
So there is a risk of if I'm driving somewhere and I think, well, I'm not going to be outside today,
and then you are,
and then I crash my car, and the next thing I know, I got to walk 3 miles through the snow, and I'm in shorts.
Sure,
that would be a bummer.
That would be a bummer.
But whatever. I mean, I would do it.
I have this thing where
we have a northern constitution. You and I, we grew up here. I can handle a little bit of cold.
We can do it. My legs never get cold. Like, it can be as cold as possible outside, and my legs never. It doesn't matter what I'm wearing, if it's shorts or my feet will get cold, but not my legs. What I do is I hold off until the last possible day of not wearing flip flops. Like, I'll wear flip flops all the way up until November 1st, and then finally, someone starts yelling at me and saying you're gonna get sick. And
I can't wear flip flops a lot of places. Like, if I'm gonna walk a long amount of time.
Yes.
I'm gonna wear sneakers. Like, we're going to Disney World. I'm not even taking flip flops.
I couldn't do flip flops if I'm walking a long distance.
Because they flip and they flop. And if you have to run for whatever reason,
forget that.
You just kick them off and go.
Yeah. Or I've had it to where someone gives me a flat tire, you know what that is, but on the flip-flops, and you bust out of the front of it, then you have one flip-flop. Then the question is, do you take both flip-flops off and walk barefoot, or do you have one flip-flop on?
I've blown flip-flops before. You leave them both and you walk. And I
think I've done one.
And I'm the guy that I will abandon my car on the side of the road. Like, if I blow my flip-flops, and I did it in Ollie's, I just take them both off. I finish the rest of the store in my bare feet, and then I leave.
And you just leave them there.
I just left them there.
And
Kelly was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, I don't need them anymore.
Nope.
And she was like, this is really irresponsible. And I was like, that's not my problem anymore. And I just walked away. And that's how I look at the whole planet. I'm just like, it's not, people are always trying to do stuff for the planet. I'm just like, you know what? Keep talking to me about the planet, and I'm going to fill a styrofoam container filled with those little plastic things that kill ducks. I'm going to throw it in a river. I saw, not to get too off track, but
I don't even think we've been on track for this whole podcast.
have you heard about mealworm oil?
For salads? Yes. Is that what it is?
Mealworm oil, they're starting to sell it. It's to replace a 50-50 canola soy oil mix. And it has the same nutritional benefits of the canola and the...
But it's made out of mealworms.
But it's made out of mealworms. There's absolutely no other advantage to it. The only pro for drinking bug sauce is it's sustainable and better for the planet. And I said, you know what, planet? You know
Really?
what? You know what? You're on your own. You're on your own on this one.
Weird.
You're it. Like, I don't care. I barely care about my own kids some days. Like, why do I care about their kids? Like 20 generations. Listen, I know a lot about like my family history. The Valeries were very proud and very awesome and amazing in Italy, and then the Espies in Wales, and they have very strong heritages. And then it comes and now it's me.
Now it's
okay,
to you.
so like you see what like 18 generations of a family does? It gives you me. Can you imagine me 9 more down the road? They're gonna be awful. They need to die. They need to not be here anymore. The whole planet needs a reset. After I'm gone, after us, like 3 generations down the road,
I could see that.
I'll worry about my kids and my grandkids because I'll see them.
Yeah. Other than that,
My
they're on
grandkids'
their own.
kids, you know what? Wear a condom. I don't care.
Yeah.
What do I care?
Yeah. No,
I'm not eating mealworms.
when it comes to the whole saving the planet thing, I don't litter.
No, but that's not even a planet thing. That's just don't be a hog. We have to live here.
I agree. Let's see. I recycle whenever it's convenient. You know what I mean? Like it's not like I'm going to go out of my way to hold on to it. The can that I just had, I threw it in the garbage.
Right.
You know.
When I was in Tyrone, we used to recycle because my wife is insane, and we would break it in all these things. And then one day I looked out, and they were taking the garbage
all of it
bag,
and throwing it in the same
throwing
spot.
it into the same hole.
Yep. You know where I think a lot of it comes from with the whole save the earth and this, you know, I agree that we shouldn't be slobs and we should look after the places that we live and so on and so forth. But I've really seen a lot of recreational disgruntalism recently. So that gives someone a lot to complain about if you do something that they disagree with, like
Oh yeah.
throwing something away that they think should have went in another box. Another bin.
Now I'm upset about that.
I'm
offended.
I'm offended, and I want to tell you about this. So if you don't listen to them, it gets even worse.
Oh, buddy, I've been dealing with this my whole career. Of people, they don't agree. You said something about peanut allergies. Well, my cousin has a peanut allergy. Well,
Good for them.
I'm sorry for your cousin. If that were me, I'd kill myself because I love
Sure.
peanut butter.
Sure.
Maybe he should consider suicide. Oh, I'm sorry. Your neighbor killed himself, so now I've offended you twice. What are you going to do?
Hashtag recreational disgruntalism.
It's,
Let's start a movement
I forget who
and
said
get
it.
mad at people for not using it.
I forget who said it. It was a comedian was talking about it. It was years ago. But people, they identify themselves by what they're by being a victim.
Sure, yeah.
Like,
What they hate and
like I've been in a car accident. I had a car accident, so I'm a car accident victim.
Yeah.
I was assaulted once. I was robbed once. So like, people just want to talk about like all the bad things that happened to them.
Sure. Yeah.
But it's,
Well, and they want to, like I said, they want to complain about it.
well, you told me about this recreational disgruntalism, and that's a
Did we already talk about it? On
No,
the
you just
podcast?
said I want to talk about it at some point because
cool.
you think that it is a mental disorder,
Yeah, I think people get to the point where
and I don't know if it is. I think it's a character flaw for sure.
something's going on there where all they want to do is complain, and the more that they can throw someone under the bus and complain about them that might be doing something better than they are, the better. So like, you see it all the time. Everybody just tearing down a fighter that just lost or whatever it might
Conor
be.
McGregor, when he lost way back to Diaz, everyone loved making fun of his jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah. And then this time they were making fun of him because he was running. It's like, come on. He won the fight. What the heck? They're just looking for something to complain about that makes them feel better about themselves. And if they can get other people on the bandwagon to complain about it as well, all the better.
The easiest example is the people that were complaining all winter about how cold it was were complaining 3 weeks ago about how hot it was. And in 6 months, they're going to be complaining about how cold it is again.
I've learned, and honestly, this has been over the past 5 years that I've really come to this conclusion, that anything and everything that I can't control at all, i.e. the weather, just shut up. Don't worry about it. Don't complain about it. Don't waste any time on it. Focus on everything that you can change.
My poop was green this morning. I have a feeling I'm going to be sick soon.
Huh.
So what? That's not your problem.
No, it's not.
I mean, unless it's, viral and then I just gave you, green poops-itis. But it's not like, Jerry, how are you today? Well, let me tell you about my poop. My poop was green and I think I'm going to be sick soon.
Good. Yeah, that sucks.
I don't know how to handle that when people do that. I'm just like, I'm too selfish for this.
Yeah. Why are you telling me? Why should I care? People get sick. And if I get sick.
And if I don't care about you that much, I'll just kind of back away, like you can't see me, and then I'll walk away. And if I do care about you, I still don't know what to say.
No,
like there was an instance where one of my friends was very upset, and I said, I'm very weird with feelings, but I care about you, and I'm sorry you're upset.
Bummer that happened.
I'm walking away now because I don't do feelings well.
Enough about you. Let's talk about me is kind of what happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, well, let me tell you about my problems. And it's just like, let's talk about all the cool things. The other thing, and got to give props to, I forget what Joe Rogan podcast, they were talking about this a little bit, but just about the people who get totally like, they get their panties in a bunch about something that happened in a town 5,000 miles away from them. You know what I mean? And it's like, they have their own problems to deal with. Your own little bubble has its own things to deal with. Deal with that. Don't deal with what they're dealing with. It doesn't affect you.
People love being outraged.
Yes.
And people love capitalizing on other people's outrage. Best example, have you heard, I'm sure you can't fart down the street without running into someone complaining about Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick sits down during the national anthem. He says that he's protesting the national anthem and the country because of...
Translation, I would like some attention. Can you please look at me?
Look at me now.
And share how much you hate me on Facebook so I become even more popular.
He says that he's protesting it because he wants to bring attention because black people are being oppressed in this country and he wants to bring attention to it. And so I'm not going to get into this one way or the other or give my opinion. It does not matter.
Sure.
For me, I look at the NFL Network and I'm appalled at what I saw the other night. Because so he sits during the national anthem and everybody's in an uproar. In fact, one general manager for an NFL team who was not named said that the front offices of NFL teams have not been this upset as a single player since Ray Caruth. Ray Caruth in 1994 or something was found hiding in the trunk of his car surrounded by bottles of urine because he had paid to have his pregnant girlfriend killed. Since then, we've had wife beaters, murderers, Michael Vick, but they're mad at Colin Kaepernick for sitting during the national anthem. So the NFL Network, who has never, ever in the history of the NFL Network gone from their coverage to the field before the national anthem. They never show the national anthem on television. They just don't. They're doing other stuff, showing you stats or whatever. Maybe if there's a game on September 11th, they will. But they normally don't show you the national anthem if it's not the Super Bowl. But they cut to it just 2 days ago or yesterday because of this thing to see if he's going to sit down again. We're going to see if he sits down again. Like it's almost like they want him to do it.
Yeah.
I want to get mad at you. I want to get it. And I was like, why are you feeding the trolls? Why are you feeding?
It's exactly what they're doing. And like I said, agree or disagree with what he's doing. How does it affect you?
Right.
is the question. How does it actually affect you? Does it? If it doesn't, shut up and you know what you should do is, whoop, he's not this is what I would do if I was the cameraman. Oh, he's not standing for the national anthem. Whoop, he is. Check out this cool dude.
Check out this cool dude. But nobody cares about that cool dude. Nobody wants, because you don't get
Because of recreational disgruntalism.
you don't get viewership
Nope.
for that dude that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well, the perfect example of that, I don't remember his name, but the one gentleman that was in his wheelchair that still came up. You know, I'm sure you saw that on Facebook. You know, he got a lot of hype.
Yeah, most of the people that were complaining and are upset about it, I bet when the national anthem's on during the Super Bowl, do they stand up?
Yeah.
Do they stand up from their couch? Do you? Do you take your hat off? Just ask yourself that question. Be honest with yourself. I don't know if you do. I don't always stand up in my house when the national anthem's on the television.
Yep. Yeah, I've really dug all the positive posts, like from the Olympics. The one gentleman that was being interviewed, the national anthem, it wasn't even his country. I think it was the United States national anthem comes on, and he said, "Whoop, sorry, hold on," and then just looked at the flag. You know, that's pretty cool. Let's focus on that.
That was Usain Bolt. He's the fastest human being on the planet.
There you go.
That dude's amazing.
Yeah.
He's
so
super,
give him some props, you know, rather than and focus on those guys. But I have, and here's the other thing, going back to kind of traffic. I remember I used to get so mad when someone would pass me and then, you know, or cut me off or whatever. And then I thought about it. I thought, well, wait. If that didn't just happen, would I still be mad at that person? Well, the answer is obvious. I wouldn't be mad at them, would I? Because they didn't just do that. I would have totally ignored them. How would I have felt if that would have never happened? I would have felt fine. So I can't do anything about this. I'm not going to do anything about it. It's not like I'm going to go up and yell at him. So I just ignore it.
I mean, I get and appreciate what you're saying here to a point, but I don't know how you live your life like that. I don't know how your brain allows you to be like that, because I feel like
you get mad at things.
I do. I really do. When I'm in my invisible box, the car where I think no one else can see me, roid raging crazy. I do. I have like, I can be like this forever, and then boom, I go off on tangents. I get a little crazy. I get insane.
That makes you feel better to do it.
Yeah.
But for me, totally ignoring it. And some people will say, "Oh, you're being ignorant, and you're not acknowledging some of the bad things that are happening in the world." Shut up.
I mean, me acknowledging it isn't going to stop it from happening.
No,
you hear the stuff
can't do
about
anything
North
about
Korea, and nobody even cares about the really serious stuff. The stuff I feel like most people should worry about.
Yeah.
No one's caring about that. Everyone's upset about Colin Kaepernick. That was the number one trending story yesterday. Colin Kaepernick. Do you know what was like number 13?
What?
North Korea. Did you hear what happened in North Korea?
Let's hear it. For those who haven't heard.
Their grand premiere of education, or whatever it's called, was executed by firing squad because he fell asleep during a meeting with Kim Jong-un. Like, he's just killing cabinet members. Do you ever get a little dozy, just a little drowsy in a meeting or whatever? And he was like saying, he was like this just for a minute, and then they were like, "Oh, it's time to die." Like, they're not. That's a concern. I mean, like, that's something to maybe worry about.
Yeah.
Because
rather than someone sitting or not standing for the national anthem.
He's upset about that, and they're working on nuclear weapons. Like, every once in a while, like, I swear to God, the national anthem for North Korea should be an air raid siren. Every week I have a news story where they're shooting missiles into the water, and Japan's just like, "Oh my God, stop it." That's a concern.
Yeah.
But then other things I don't worry about that I probably should, like Antarctica, I guess. There is a glacier the size of Scotland that has an 80-mile crack in it, and if this ice plateau, if it breaks off or whatever, it'll be the biggest ice loss that we've had in a million years or whatever. And I was like, you know what? I have a crack in my driveway, and I need to have it seal coated, and I'm more concerned about that.
Yep. At least you're honest.
You get worried about that? See,
how can I fix it?
What moves the needle? How do you get mad? How can I get you fired
How
up?
can you get me mad?
How does someone get you mad?
I don't know. I don't get mad. I don't get angry.
Not that I would do it.
Now
What
here-
if I just jumped up and grabbed that sword and started swinging it around? Like, would you get mad?
That's what it's there for. If you want to swing it, you can swing it.
That's so annoying
So
to me.
so that's the other thing too. Everyone, you know, and I'll put this out in public. For the most part, except for my car that I drive every day, like my Bronco right now, it's a 1996 Bronco, is at home with the keys in it, unlocked. If someone really needs that truck and wants to drive all $1,000 worth of it around and steal it, I guess they can.
It's all souped up, though.
It's pretty cool, but still,
You're like, don't say it's souped up because someone will take it.
if someone really needs it for some reason, now obviously there's going to be legal repercussions and all that fun stuff. But
Well,
if they
and
really
also
need it,
you could
whatever.
come like backflipping out of the house and start.
Yeah, you
breaking
might get
all-
caught. You might get caught.
Yeah, and I feel like you're as cool a guy as you can be up to a point. But if someone was trying to take from you or hurt people that you love,
That's different.
then you're gonna hurt them.
Yes.
You're gonna use your martial arts, and you're gonna. Maybe you aren't gonna hurt them. I don't know. Maybe you're just gonna put them to sleep and call the cops.
Yeah, I've always, luckily I haven't been in too many altercations on the street, but for the most part, if I ever got someone that was just infuriated with me, or if they did something that infuriated me, I'm pretty sure I would hold them down. I'd go knee on belly, and I'd just tickle the heck out of them, and I'd get them laughing,
That's annoying.
and I'd just tickle them, and I wouldn't stop. I'd get to the point where they're about to die from laughing.
Like pee in their pants.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'd rather do that.
You'd rather he'd be like this brown belt in jiu-jitsu. This dude that knows all these martial arts. He stick fights. He tickled me till I peed my
He
pants.
tickled me to
It's
death.
the most. It's hard not to respect that.
I think that's what I would do. But no, for the most part, I mean,
Well, then I know deep in my heart that if you had superpowers, you'd be a superhero. But I also know deep in my heart that if I had those same superpowers, I would not be a superhero.
you wouldn't be. You'd be a villain.
I'd be a supervillain.
No way.
I think I'd be a
What-
supervillain. People were like, "What superpower would you have if you could have any superpower? What would it be?"
For me,
Yeah.
I don't know. Let me think about that one. Tell me about yours. and
I
then
would
I'll
be
think
able to
about
make people vomit on command.
it. On command.
Boom! You could control the world. I just walk into a bank and bleh, and everybody's puking and give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that. Go to an Air Force base, boop, boop, boop. Everybody's barfing, taking what I want.
I think if
I'd also like to fly and be invisible and be able to shoot lightning out of my hands.
that'd be pretty cool.
In that order.
Here's what I wish I could do is I wish I never had to. I could if I wanted to. Never had to eat, drink, or sleep ever again.
So you want to be a vampire? Well, they still have to
Sure.
feed.
Yeah, they have to eat. So if I don't have to eat or drink anything, what do I need money for? Do I need money?
No.
No, I can do whatever I want. I can just walk around the world, right?
Right.
If I don't have to sleep, I don't have to rest. I don't have to stop. I could just do whatever I could do martial arts for the rest of my life and literally just stay in the gym and just train all day. And I guess I would also want to.
But you'd still want money because you'd still want to be able to do certain things. You'd still.
But with those superpowers, you could get as much money as you want. You know, I mean, you don't have to. You could work and do whatever you want for your entire life and not have to worry about resting.
And are you immortal now? Do you not die?
Well, I would assume that would go along with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those things. So I could do whatever I wanted, and so literally right now, if I wanted to, if I didn't have to eat, drink, or sleep, I could go. I'm gonna go on a trip. I'm gonna go somewhere. No, I'm just gonna go, and you can do whatever you want. You just walk through life, go wherever you want.
It'd be good.
That'd be
It
awesome.
would be good.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather be able to shoot somebody with a lightning bolt. Just like, boom,
That'd be pretty cool.
done. And then I'll take your food and eat it because you don't need it and you're dead. Like I want to be a good person, but I know if I had your martial arts acumen, it's not like I'd go around looking for a fight, but if somebody picked one with me, my instinct wouldn't be to tickle them.
Yeah,
No.
mine would. Oh,
It wouldn't be to tickle them. It would be to like, okay, well, I guess we're gonna spar today. Like that would be.
did you ever see the fight between Randy Couture and Tito Ortiz, where Randy takes him down, takes his back, and just starts smacking him on the butt? That's a perfect example. I'd rather do that. You know, like
Completely humiliate.
yes, yeah, that will be funny to me.
Do you think you could do that in an infuriated state? Because I know you.
Yes.
You
Yep.
had to have been so angry before that you just were like seeing red, right?
No, very, very few times. I can't even remember the last time that I got that mad. What I often do is if there's a problem, I'm like, okay, how can I fix this? I don't get mad. I just think about the solution.
Kind of like me. I when I see a problem, I usually think, how am I going to make this worse?
Yeah, so it's the exact opposite.
Yeah, I just go right for
Well, or you could think, how could this be worse? And then you go, okay, don't do that.
it. I could.
But you don't.
I should. And you think in my 39 years I'd have become wiser, but I have not.
So did you just had a birthday?
Sunday.
Sunday's your birthday.
Sunday's my
Happy early birthday. And you're going to be 39 or you're going to be 40?
I'm going to be 39.
Okay.
40 is a bigger birthday, I think,
Yes.
but I don't.
I was going to say, if you were hiding that from me.
I don't make a big fuss about my birthday this year, which is weird because I've always made a big fuss every other year. Like I want a big fuss, but for some reason this year,
Not this year.
I don't know. All I want is just not to talk about it that much.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, we're going to do something Sunday. We've got like a birthday party at the Spikes game, and we're going to do stuff like that. But for the most part, I'm just like, whatever. And I didn't mention it at all in the air today. Didn't mention it. And a listener came anyways, dressed like a clown.
Crazy.
With balloons and candy and McDonald's that I didn't eat and like all, and it was just, and I was just like, how'd you know it was my birthday? And they were like, well, I heard you talking about it. No, you didn't. No,
I didn't talk about
no,
it.
you didn't. I didn't bring it up. So, and this is a listener that I've seen at broadcasts, and people are like, do you know this listener? And I go, I don't know their last name, but I know the listener because they come to broadcasts.
Sure.
And so then it gets a little creepy.
Do you have a wiki page?
I don't.
You know?
I don't think I do. I hope I don't, because I can't imagine it's complimentary. You know, sometimes on like the rants and raves
I don't see one.
on Craigslist, people used to hammer me, but that kind of died down a bit.
What is WKCK? 1059.
Okay, so that's incorrect actually. So someone thinks
That has a wiki page, and you're on that.
because I used to be on Quick Rock.
Oh, gotcha.
But WCOK or whatever it is, I
WQCK.
was never on that. I was on WQWK. I was on Quick Rock when it was 97.1, 98.7, and 103.1. But then it was bought by another company, and I've never worked for Magnum Broadcasting, not ever once.
Alumni. That's what it
Yeah,
has.
they're saying alumni, but they don't even spell Quick Rock the way that I spelled it when I went there. It was always QWK ROCK. And now they're QWIK to get around the copyright.
Ah, is that what they're doing? Gotcha.
So I'm on their page, and I've never complained because technically I guess I'm alumni for Quick Rock or whatever.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But I haven't been on it I started it 15 years ago.
Well, that's the crazy thing, too. Let me see if it's still like this.
Do you still get credited with being in gyms that you're not in any longer?
Phil Davis's wiki page. Let's see. Yeah, I'm in the first paragraph of Phil Davis's wiki page. He started with us in 2009, and by I want to say end of 2010, he was with us for a while, but by the end of 2010, we had him. He went out to Alliance, and he's still there. And none of his Alliance guys are on here. They totally should be.
I think you can report that, or you can change that. He obviously doesn't see it or care.
No.
You know, I don't look at Wikipedia all that much.
Yeah.
For me, anyways. I don't like Googling me because I don't know what you're gonna find.
Good call. I have not done that. I did that whenever we were getting the gym going to see what was out there and everything. And luckily, I don't have a record, and I've never really done anything horrible.
No one ever just goes out of their way to write something nice about somebody. So when
You're totally right.
When I do find something about me, it usually just breaks my heart,
Yeah.
and I care about it more than I should, and so I just don't look.
Yeah, it does. They don't bug me. Here's the annoying one. For the gym, and this is probably true with most businesses. When do people write reviews?
When they're upset.
When they're ticked.
When they're mad.
About whatever. And most recently, we had someone come in, and they said, "Listen, I don't think we can afford this, but I think I want to do it anyways. And I went the opposite way. I said, whoa. If you can't afford this, I'm going to look out for. I don't want you to do this. I'm not going to take your money. I want you to go back, find a job, and they were being completely honest. I don't have any money. I want to pay for this with credit. And more of the backstory was because I want to be an Ultimate Fighter. You're going the wrong way on this.
It takes a whole lot longer than you think it does.
Yeah. And to be honest, they probably pay for a month and not be able to pay anyway. So I said, I for your sake, I don't want you to sign up right now. I would rather see you go work on getting your job and everything, blah, blah, blah. Flipped out. Completely flipped out. Negative reviews all over the place.
Negative reviews?
Yeah.
For that?
How crazy is that?
You could have broken it down as, listen, Ultimate Fighter. If this is what you want to do, that's great. But if you think that you're gonna go in here and you're gonna put it on credit for a few months and then be an Ultimate Fighter, the first 4 months you're probably just gonna be working on jab cross anyways.
Yep.
Unless you're like this superstar, and
like CM Punk.
Right? Oh, come on. I haven't seen as much about him as you have. Now, let me say this before you talk about it.
Sure.
Because I'm very interested because I've been helping another buddy of mine do another podcast called Post to Post, and it is a pro wrestling podcast.
He's been brought up.
We're huge on pro wrestling too, and so we were talking about it, and I was like, I don't think he's going to do well. What you need to understand is, in the world of professional wrestling, scripted or not, he was one of the best professional wrestlers in like a generation. He's so talented and so physical, and his cardio was so great, and he was a great worker, and he never hurt anybody, which is really important in pro wrestling. It's like he's able to do all this, and he never really injured anybody. Incredible on the microphone. He's just a great entertainer, and he's a physical superstar.
See, I always found it interesting because he's not jacked.
Not jacked at all, which is why he had a hard time getting in. He had to do independent stuff to get to WWE, and people doubted him. But so when he goes against like a Brock Lesnar, and he has.
Sure. Wait. He's wrestled Brock Lesnar.
He's been, and at times, and Triple H.
Wow.
And The Undertaker and these big dudes. And he's won. He was a world champion for over a year. So, and it was believable in the world of pro wrestling. It just, the straight edge superstar or whatever,
Oh, that's right. He's straight edge.
CM Punk. And so he's super awesome. And he just wanted to do something else. And he didn't like how he was being used the 1 year, and he wasn't going to be the main event of WrestleMania, and he thought that he should be. And so he just walked out. And he just said, I'm done. I don't like the way that I'm treated here anyways, and I've always had this dream. So
are people comparing him to Brock Lesnar?
Unfortunately, they are.
That's the craziest thing to do, because Brock Lesnar, he is a legit college athlete.
Yeah, before he was a pro wrestler, he was a wrestler.
Yes.
And he was winning everything. It was the same with Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle was an Olympic wrestler,
yes,
gold medalist, and then he came to pro wrestling. CM Punk wasn't. CM Punk's a pro wrestler that's always loved fighting.
I think you're right. He's an entertainer, and he's really good at it.
And he's great at it. And so I want him to do well, but because this is a passion for him.
Sure.
And I get that. Like he fell in love with it enough, and he made his money. He made millions and millions and millions. And he said, I don't need any more millions. I'm going to live, I'm going to train, and I'm going to do this. This is what I want to do. Win or lose is what I want to do.
He's going to have one fight, and it's going to be one and done.
It's not going well for him, is it?
No.
I'm rooting for him. It's not going well.
No, I have not bet on a fight in a long time. I think I'm going to bet on this one.
But didn't they give... I figured they'd give him a gimme.
No. Mickey Gall is a legit monster. Like, he's going to kill him. I do not see it getting out of the first round unless Mickey Gall wants it to go a round or two. But I've already made a few posts about it, and I'm not ripping on CM Punk. I'm ripping on the fact that somebody who has, how much training does he really have? Maybe a year? No, 2 years?
2 years.
No fights, and you're fighting in the UFC.
2 years, no fights. But you said he's had smokers, and I didn't know what they were. Those are fights, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Like the people he's fighting are told, beat him if you can.
Yes, yeah.
So
yeah,
it's not sparring.
No, apparently, yeah. Apparently they had smokers in his gym, and it was something like he lost 11 out of 13 of them or something like that. But those don't count. Those aren't fights.
Did they think Mickey Gall was going to be easier for him than
You know what they did? They screwed up. Remember, and if I'm getting my facts straight on this, the Looking for a Fight show that Dana White was doing with Nick the Tooth and Matt Serra?
Yeah.
So somehow on that, Mickey Gall was on it, and Dana White said Mickey Gall wanted the fight with CM Punk, and Dana White said, if you win this fight, you can fight CM Punk. Like, that was the worst thing that you could do. So he honored it. So now Mickey Gall is fighting CM Punk. I am rather certain.
This will be good for Mickey Gall.
Oh my God, it'll be great.
'Cause this is
and I wonder, you know what though? I wonder how much he's going to get paid.
It won't be a main event, or will it?
No, I don't think so.
But it'll be up on the card because
Probably.
they're not going to put CM Punk on the prelims. They're going to put CM Punk.
Or he's going to be like the Seth Petrozelli that who did he knock out? Kimbo in I forget what it was, what event? It might have been Strike Force.
Yeah.
Kimbo was going to be the big star and everything. Seth Petrozelli knocks him out, and now Seth Petrozelli doesn't exist anymore. Everyone hates him. So if Mickey Gall beats CM Punk, it could go the other way, and people.
It'd be sucky to punish him for doing his dream too.
I think the only thing that I'm worried about with this fight is, and I don't see it being fixed, but if they figured out a way to fix it, and CM Punk wins, I lose some money.
What? You wrote that if he was in your gym, you'd still have him in fundamental. What do you mean by that?
He wouldn't be an armband yet. He would still be working on jab and cross.
What have you seen that I haven't seen?
There's some footage up. Let me see if I can.
So he wouldn't even be a yellow armband?
Not from what I saw.
Is he doing jiu-jitsu as well?
Yeah. So here's the problem.
They say he has a wrestling background, like a collegiate, but it's not. I think it's like high school wrestling.
Right, let me turn here. I'm gonna do this first.
He's not bringing his hands back.
No. The jabs don't look too bad. His head's just staying on center. He's not moving it. I don't. Maybe this is the drill they're doing. I don't.
Are the people listening? Are they able to watch this right now? Are they seeing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it just with ticks, like in class, you don't want somebody to have something that they always go to.
I know. I have a couple of those.
Well,
in radio, we call those crutches.
Crutches, yeah, that's what
Words
it is.
you always say, like,
yes,
without a shadow of a doubt. If you say that over and over again, that's your crutch.
Filler words.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what it is in fighting. So one of them, my most hated, is touching the gloves. They'll throw some punches, and then they go. When you hit your hands like this, that's when I hit you. It just makes sense.
Okay.
You know, or the whole pulling up of the shorts. You'll get some people that they think they can back off and they can drop their hands and shake out their arms. No, you can't. Don't do that.
Oh, see, I thought you just meant like every time I throw a jab, I step with my left foot. You mean like
those are tells. That's different. Those are tells. These are ticks.
Oh, I don't think I have ticks because you would yell at us if we did.
You shouldn't. Ticks are something that after you're done doing something, you have to follow with this bad habit. That's a tick.
Yeah.
And he has a lot of them. So
he probably has some tells too if we really looked at him.
Oh, no, you don't have to really look. You can just look and see. You can see exactly what he's doing.
By the way, he lost at SummerSlam in 2013 to Brock Lesnar in a no disqualification match, but it went 26 minutes and 17 seconds. So like that's what pro wrestling is, because if he fought Brock Lesnar in a no disqualification match in the UFC, it would last 17 seconds.
Oh my God.
It would be 26 minutes less.
Yeah.
He's very good at pro wrestling. I can't say it enough, but he does look like he's going to get killed. He's going to get murdered.
If he doesn't, like I said, it was either fixed or he had a lucky punch.
But he's been doing, Joe Rogan said when he first did it, like, don't rush into it. Take 2 years and work on skills.
He needs more than 2. I wouldn't let him fight. If he was one of our fighters, I would say you're not ready to fight. In our gym, until you are with the upper echelon, the upper fighters, and you're hanging with them, you don't fight. It's as simple as that. You're not ready.
Helping them is one thing. Hanging with them is another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. And he can't hang with them. He's gotten a little bit of everything, and it's,
Jack of all
trades, master of none. He's I give him a little bit of credit. I mean, he's not looking like he just started, but he has just enough technique to get him in trouble. He knows just enough jiu-jitsu to get him in trouble. He knows just enough wrestling to get him in trouble. And that's what's going to happen. That's next week?
Yeah, I think
Not
so.
this week, next?
I think so.
Crazy.
I'm still pulling
Sorry,
for him,
CM Punk. I call him like I see him, and
it sounds to me like whoever he's training with is doing him a disservice.
yes.
Like he needs someone a little more honest and a little
I've got
less
a lot
yes
of friends
man.
that are with Duke Rufus. Duke Rufus is an incredible coach.
Is he a yes man?
I don't know how much is CM Punk paying him. It's a good question.
Right.
That'll make just about anybody say yes, depending on what they're getting
Like, are
paid.
you ready for a fight? Are you ready for a fight?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, and
Like if he came in here and he threw around like the amount of money you think he's probably throwing around to train for a UFC fight, would you at least be honest with him and be like, I can't do this?
no. I will train him.
Yeah, but would you?
But you're not going to fight until you're ready.
Right.
And you're going to fight out of the UFC a few times before you fight in the UFC. I don't care if you have a contract with the UFC. Although that would screw it up. They can't do that.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the problem. So he is now signed with the UFC. He has to fight with the UFC before he fights any other organizations. What would have been smart is to...
What weight class is he fighting?
I think this is 185.
He's dead.
Let's look up Mickey Gall real quick. I know
Yeah, I got to go here soon.
we're almost out of time for you. But let's look up Mickey Gall real quick. Mickey Gall highlight. Let's see. Mickey Gall. There's a.
Oh, did you hear what Mickey Gall said?
What?
There's a. I want to make sure it's a quote and not just good headline here. Okay, he said, and I quote, "I'm not particularly impressed."
This is what Mickey Gall is
Mickey
saying.
Gall saying at a media conference on Thursday. Just different things, the way he moves. I'm sure he's improved tremendously, though, since most of that footage. But I know once we get into the fight, into the S word, those bad habits are going to come out, and I'm going to be able to expose all of them.
That's exactly what I'm calling. I'm getting nervous for the guy. So here's my prediction. Mickey Gall is going to be in the UFC, unless he gets a horrible injury or something. He's going to be in the UFC longer than CM Punk. That's what I see.
Yeah, without a doubt. Here, let's see. 8 things you need to know about CM Punk's contract. Oh, this is a bunch of nonsense. It's nonsense. It's just a stupid clickbait.
We'll see. We should... So I think it's next Saturday. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be in Philly. Maybe Sunday we do another podcast.
Right.
And we kind of recap what.
Do you
the heck
find
happened.
yourself rooting? You're going to root for Mickey Gall.
No. I'm not rooting for either.
You don't
Neither
root
of
for
them
anybody,
are,
do you?
No, neither of them are my fighters. I'll just tell you who I think is going to win and how they're going to win.
And it's interesting to me because the last time we did a pay-per-view, you wouldn't pick any of the fights. You just told me who was going to win and how they were going to win, and you were right almost all the time. This fight, you have no problem picking the winner.
No. This is easy. There is no way. The ways Mickey Gall loses, he's set up and it's fixed, or it is a lucky punch.
How does one set him up, though? If he finishes it himself, it doesn't go to decision.
Well, no, I'm talking about like they fix it. They financially fix it, and they say, Mickey, throw the fight. We're going to give you $4 million if you throw the fight. If that happened, then he's going to lose.
Oh, and then Dana White becomes Don King.
Exactly.
Thank
So
you.
hopefully that doesn't happen.
Right.
But
All right.
well, we got to wrap up. Before we do, is there anything that I know you said you had a whole bunch of things you wanted to talk about? Is there anything we didn't cover, or is there a lot of things we didn't cover?
3 months worth. We'll
Crazy.
get to it. We ended up talking about the end of the earth, mealworms,
did.
speeding tickets. We were all over the board today, so I feel
Yeah.
like we covered it. And fanny
We
packs.
did. Fanny packs. We need to get back to fanny packs. For following weeks, what other things do you want to cover?
I have no idea.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. Doesn't matter to me.
I think we should do a podcast shirtless at some point.
I like it.
That's fine.
That'll work. Yeah, we could do it naked. I mean, it's only from the chest up.
Right.
So they'd see our moobs and,
Yeah.
and head, and that's it.
I've got the moves, that's for sure. And whenever we get back, when do you go to Philly?
Next weekend I'm in Philly.
All right. And then the next weekend I'm in Disney.
I'll be back Sunday night of next week.
Okay.
So maybe we do it then.
Do one, and then I'll talk about my Disney prep.
I like it.
And post Disney is the most interesting
Post-Disney.
because my wife has been nuts about Zika.
Oh,
So we can talk Zika.
don't get me started on Zika.
Well, that's what we'll talk about next time.
Cool. All right. Well, until next time. It's been fun.
Good night, podcast.